How often should I practice? How much is over practicing? Where should I find that line between not practicing enough and practicing too much? A lot of people ask us that question, and there are those who avoid practicing because they don't want to be over rehearsed, and there are people who practice so much that it becomes stale. And there's somewhere in between, but a lot of times it's really just, oh, please practice a little bit, and people aren't going about it the right way. So let's start with the kind of person who's likely to say, oh, I don't want it to go stale, so I'm not going to practice. That person is relying on a set of very good skills. I'm not really against their thinking. What they're thinking is there's something authentic and natural when I just wing it. And if I could wing it, then I'll be real. And if I over rehearse, I'm going to sound like something other than myself. And they're thinking correctly. However, they should be practicing. And the way to practice is to practice saying it differently every time. Get used to improvising. You're committed to a sequence. You're committed to a sequence, improvising the words. I've talked about this many times in the past. I tend to practice improvisationally. I tend to win a lot of presenting power through being real and being in the moment and not being overscripted. I do not write my script out and memorize it. And I don't use a teleprompter. I don't do it that way. However, it is a specific set of content. I'll map it out. Sometimes I'll make a PowerPoint, even though that's not my favorite thing to do. I prefer just to be the presenter. But I'm getting a sequence down, a flow of content with a beginning, middle, and end. I'm talking about someone I'm trying to help. I'm talking about what situation they're facing, what situation they want to get to, and my presentation is going to get them there. There's a sequence here. There's a story being told. And what I'm doing is mapping out a sequence and committing to it. And then I practice with a timer. My biggest issue, long-winded as I am, and I have fun telling stories, and I like tangents. I even think the refresh of a tangent is part of the value of a presentation. I can go long. So if I'm following my sequence, and if I'm improvising my words, but timing it, I get used to finding that sweet spot where I can feel my way through the content naturally and the right timing. Now, let's look at the other kind of person. The other person is worried that they practice so much that it suddenly got stale. They are usually doing the same thing every time. You'll notice my anecdotes were rather similar to the last one. They practice too much and they lose their passion. There's usually two things that they're doing that's causing that. One is they're practicing right up to their presentation. Hey, take a chill pill. Practice a whole lot a couple days before, once or twice the day before, maybe on the day of don't practice at all, or just look through the sequence, make sure you got it straight. So save yourself for the performance. The other thing they're doing is probably over-scripting. They're doing the exact same thing every time. Great way to refresh it is to say it differently. I can take any message that I want to say, and I can say it one way, and then I can say it in another. If I'm going to say it in another way, I still want to be in the right spot in my sequence, and I want to stay inside the same time frame. But I specifically practice saying it differently so that I'm locking into a sequence, but not the words. And that is a really good approach to finding the sweet spot of practice. You want to be taking the advantages of winging it. You're winging it with a plan. You're following a sequence. And you want to take advantage of practice. And you do those two things and find that place in the middle, and you should find yourself fresh and exciting and under control.